Hey y'all, what's up? It's John with Be Superfly, and today I'm going to show you how I added this call to action button next to Divi's slide in menu hamburger icon. So initially I tried to go into the theme builder, and when you go in and you look for a menu, the only default menu they give you is this inline menu, and there's not a hamburger menu option to trigger the slide in menu. Um, which is a bummer. Now, obviously, I could install a third party. I could install a third party plugin. We have one. We have one called that gives you these options. But I just wanted to use default Divi and see if I could make this work. All right, so I'll go ahead and refresh this page. So here's kind of what you have when you select. I have the slide in menu here from Divi. Default, I want to get that button right there. What do I do? How do I do it? So we're going to use a little bit of jQuery to make this happen. And so there'll be a link to this code pin in the video description, but or underneath this video in the post. But you can go ahead and copy this script file here, and we're going to hop over to our. I'm going to get out of here. Great. We're going to hop over to our theme options. And up in the integration tab in the header area, we're going to paste this in and then turn this on. That way it'll read this code. It's probably on by default. I'll go ahead and save it. What this is saying is, hey, when the page is loaded, and this J create no conflict, this is like a WordPress thing. I don't even know if you have to do this anymore, but it's in here. But when the page is loaded, go find the ET top navigation ID. So let's go find that real quick. So here's that ET top navigation ID right here. This is what holds the hamburger menu there. So when the page loads, go find that, and then prepend. Add this before, and this is just a register to bid link that I'm putting in there. Right now it's not going anywhere, but this could go to wherever. The link would go in here. I'm giving it a class of CTA. And so I'm just prepending. And prepending puts it before this element. It's going to put it right between this logo and here. There's also a jQuery append, and append puts it after that element. So you can see here, you can read about it here, but it's going to put that afterwards. So like, here, this enter hello, enter goodbye, hey, append test to this. And so it's appending after the hello, it's appending the test there, the test there. That's append. We're saying prepend, put it before. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'll hop to the front of this here and refresh, and you'll see that there's my link right there. Kind of hard to read, but let me go ahead and inspect it. But you'll see now we have this I put it right inside it. Sorry, put it right inside the ET navigation. Now we have this link here with the class CTA register to bid. Boom. That's first half of the tutorial is over. We got the register that button there or link, but obviously it doesn't like a button. It's kind of messing this up. Let's go ahead and fix that next. So I'll go ahead and hop over here, and we're going to grab all of this CSS here. I'm just going to grab this top part because I already have the other one in there. And we're going to flip over to our theme options. And then I had it right here. And I'm going to go over, I'm going to go ahead and save this, but I'm going to go ahead and go over this code quick up here. So basically, we're saying, hey, go into the main header, find the link that has the CTA class. And so that's going to go into my header area here, which is right here, header, main header. And it's going to search and find that A link with the class of CTA. Okay, great. So once you've gone to the main header and you found that link with the class CTA, change the font size to 14 pixels. And basically what I did is I just went to like this button and right clicked and then just copied the values. Now I'm doing a little smaller font size than here. This button's a little bigger than other ones on the page, but the padding, I just borrowed. Let me actually go down the page here and like let's get started right here. You know, I just grab some of these paddings and font size and whatnot. So make the font weight bold. Here's the color I want to use, background colors. Make the text uppercase, letter spacing, and then give it a border. Because on our hover, we're actually clearing out the background color to be transparent there. So that way that just the border will show. So give it a border. Give it some border radius, some rounded corners. But this display right here this is where I'm setting, hey, make it absolute, and that's going to remove it from where it is up here and place it over here, and then I can get specific with how far right or whatnot. And I'll demo these once I save this. Box shadow, transition. This just makes it so that when you hover over the button, the changes are smooth. How it kind of, the colors fade in and fade out. That's because of transition. And then all we're saying here is when I hover over that button, change the color from this dark blue to white, like this button is doing. And then also make the background all the way transparent. And then change the box shadow color. Or get rid of the box shadow altogether here is what I'm doing. And then I'm saying under 767, which is Divi's mobile view, let's just not even show this button anymore. But you could get creative and move it somewhere else, or we'll touch on that too. All right, so now with that code saved in there, let's go ahead and save this. Hop back over, refresh, boom. Now we got this beautiful button sitting there, and it just so happens to sit really nicely even when I scroll. That's great. Yeah, excellent. And then when I come in here to mobile, it gets rid of it. But, I could have put it down here for mobile, but then this is going to take up a little too much. There's a register to bid button right here anyway, and right here it says register to bid. So I just thought it was a little overkill to have it there as well. So let me go ahead and right click on this and we can see some of this code in action here. So if I didn't add a width, it would go to 2 lines like that, and that's probably because of just how it's grabbing a width from somewhere else. And so I ended up having to decide a width, and I had to work that width with the padding too. I had to kind of work those 2 numbers to get that right. And then it wasn't quite centered on the Hamburger module, so I added some margin top. And then this right is determining how far over it is. If I change it to left, I'd have to use like negative numbers. So I think the right works pretty well. And then if I get rid of display inline, that's probably fine actually. It's just in there. But this position absolute is what's removing it from the document flow. And so now if I can get, now that right doesn't apply. This isn't what we wanted. So we turn that back on. Now we can move this wherever we want. We could say, you know what? How about 165 to the right? And let's do, top 50, 150. You can start moving this wherever you want. Let me go ahead and refresh this. That's why, let me go ahead and go in here to I need to focus on this here. Okay, now let me go into the mobile view here. Now, obviously, let me turn this back on. So this is what it was doing. It was doing right there. What I could do, though, is I could say, okay, at 767, let's change the position back to relative, or you could say absolute still. That's fine. Well, we can just keep that. But now I could say top. Oh, I don't know. Let's try 75. I'd have to do some work here. I'd have to. Well, here, let me just do some quick stuff here. How about 150? Okay, that's great. Um, I have to extend this down, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm fine with just hiding it. I think that's fine. But yeah, that's how you can quickly add and style a button next to your Divi default mobile menu. So instead of using a third party plugin, which feel free to do that, but I think this works out really well. All right, y'all, that's this tutorial. Thanks for checking it out. Cheers, stay fly.